years, and now I'm here educating often. You will hear me use this phrase frequently as a reminder that you are a student that is learning a skill that will pay you for the rest of your life. Make sure that you take your time and learn what you need to learn. Pace yourself. Do not compare yourself to anyone else's progress. Always keep a winning mind frame, and you will do very well in this industry. Here is some important vocabulary that you may want to pause the video in order to write down. When you are finished, go ahead and resume. Upon finishing this video, you should have a very good understanding of the following questions. Read through them quietly to yourself. As you are taking notes, make sure to pause this video in order to answer these questions. So first, let's review what is a buy and what is a sell. Remember, a buy is when price value rises. So you want to be getting in at the lowest price. You want to buy low and sell high. See, and then sells are when price value should be getting ready to fall. So you see here in the picture, I have examples of where would be the good place to get in, at the bottom for the buy and at the top for the sell. And as long as you stick with your education, you'll eventually start to feel more comfortable guesstimating where those locations are. The first type of trend I want to talk about is an uptrend. First of all, how do you even know when the market is trending? When the market is trending, it's going up or down. There is also a sideways motion that's not necessarily called trending. It's called consolidation, which I'll talk about later. So what makes up an uptrend? An uptrend has higher highs and higher lows. So if you look in this picture, you can see that one high was higher than the last high, which was higher than the last high, and you get it. And then one low is higher than the last low, which is higher than the last low. So how would you want to trade on an uptrend? You would want to look for long-term buys and short-term sells. What do I mean when I say long-term buys? That means obviously this trend is overall going upward. So your best bet is to get into good buying positions. That means it's going up for the long run. But occasionally there are downward retracements where the market goes down. That's what the retracement is. Or the market goes the opposite direction for a short period of time. That is a retracement. It's one thing to see a really pretty picture. It's another to actually see it in action in the market. So here's an illustration of what a good uptrend would look like. Constantly making higher highs and higher lows. Now the next one is the downtrend. The downtrend is just like the uptrend except it's going down. It's making lower highs and lower lows. You can see one high is lower than the last high, which is lower than the last high. You get the idea. So what you want to be looking for is long-term sells and short-term buys. Why? Because the retracement, and remember what I said, the retracement is when the trend goes the opposite direction of the overall for a short period of time. So obviously this thing is overall going down. When the market goes up, that would be considered a retracement, and you're making lower lows and lower highs. So short-term buys, meaning it's only going to go up for a short period of time, but overall it's going down. So you want to be looking for longer term sells. It's very important to understand what type of trends you have. Is the market actually trending? That's going to be in your best bet. We'll talk about it shortly. Again, here's what it looks like, not in a pretty picture, but actually in the market. These are very simple to spot, and it's best to look for a trend on the higher time frames. I'll say that again. It is best to find the trends on a higher time frame. That way you have a good idea of what you're looking at, because it can look like one thing up close on a small time frame like the hour, but when it can look like it's going up on the hour, but if you go and look on the day chart, you'll see that this is actually a big downtrend, and it will help you know, are you in the long-term sell or are you in the short-term buy? You need to know where you're positioned at. Next, you have what is called a ranging market. This is not trending. So you see how the market is moving sideways. It's just going up and down, but it's not really going upward in any kind of direction with any kind of momentum, or downward with any kind of direction and any kind of momentum. There are other words for this. The market is moving sideways. It's called